Alton, Illinois, a quiet suburb of St. Louis, nestled along the Mississippi River and home to just over 27,000 residents. On the surface, it seemed like an ordinary town. Children played in parks, neighbors waved at each other, and the streets were filled with the everyday sounds of life. But on the night of June 8th, 2022, this peace was shattered in a way so horrifying that it shocked an entire community. At the center of this tragedy was Lisa Dodd, a 22-year-old woman, 8 months pregnant, with her life ahead of her. On this fateful night, she would encounter a terror that no one could have imagined. By the next morning, the quiet streets of Alton would become the setting of one of the most gruesome crimes in recent memory. A mother's suspicion. The morning of June 9th began with unease. Heidi Noel, Lisa's mother, hadn't heard from her daughter in over 15 hours. Concerned, she drove to Lisa's apartment. The moment she arrived, something felt wrong. The building was unusually quiet, the air heavy with anticipation. She let herself in, and within minutes, it became horrifyingly clear that tragedy had struck. Neighbors, drawn by the tense atmosphere, watched as Heidi made the chilling 911 call. Her voice trembled as she whispered, "My daughter's been killed. She's chopped her head off." Emergency responders arrived minutes later to find Lisa's lifeless body in her bedroom. The sight was something out of a nightmare. Her head wrapped in a towel, though underneath, it was gone. There was no sign of the murder weapon, no trace of the head, leaving the authorities with only fragments of what had occurred inside the apartment. Lisa Dodd, a life cut short. Lisa was born on August 14, 1999 in Alton, Illinois. Known for her compassion, she had a particular love for animals. For her 10th birthday, instead of gifts, she organized a fundraiser for a local animal shelter. Her kindness and dedication continued into her teenage years and adulthood. After graduating from Jersey Community High School in 2017, Lisa worked at Dairy Queen, where her co-workers remembered her as vibrant and caring. She had ambitions of entering the medical field, inspired by her mother's career. Her life was full of hope, and by June 2022, she was preparing for the arrival of her first child, a girl the family lovingly referred to as Baby Bean. A troubled relationship. Lisa's relationship with DeAndre Holloway, also 22 and a native of Illinois, had been tumultuous from the start. Their history was filled with arguments, substance abuse, and periods of homelessness. At one point, the couple had lived in a tent near Lake Litchfield, trying to navigate their challenging circumstances. Friends and co-workers described a pattern of domestic violence. Lisa often showed up at work with black eyes and bruises, which she initially blamed on accidents. Eventually, she confided in co-workers that these injuries were inflicted by DeAndre. In July 2021, Lisa suffered severe injuries after an altercation in which DeAndre allegedly punched her in the face. Despite the violence, the couple repeatedly reconciled, demonstrating the toxic cycle that often precedes tragic outcomes in abusive relationships. Signs of escalation. Leading up to the murder, DeAndre exhibited troubling behavior. On June 5th, just after midnight, he texted a friend about his emotional turmoil, writing, "I feel like it's all the emotions I've ever put aside, just coming out now at once. I don't know how to healthfully let out emotions without snapping." By June 7th, DeAndre went missing, prompting Lisa to worry. She reached out to his family, trying to locate him. He was eventually found with his uncle, returning home late at night. Despite this, the tension in their relationship continued to escalate, and Lisa remained anxious, especially given her advanced pregnancy. The final hours. On the evening of June 8th, Lisa received a message from DeAndre's uncle assuring her that he would be returning home. She went to pick him up, unaware that these would be her final moments alive. CCTV footage captured the couple arriving back at their apartment at 9:11 p.m. Lisa's last text to her mother, "I'm trying to figure it out." Neighbors reported hearing muffled yelling and intense sounds resembling chopping or heavy thuds coming from the apartment around 9:45 p.m. The noises grew louder, then abruptly stopped, leaving only a chilling silence. By 11:57 p.m., DeAndre emerged carrying a white laundry basket. CCTV footage shows him walking behind a smoke shop and disappearing from view. Inside the basket, as police would later confirm, was Lisa's severed head. 2 hours later, Lisa's car was missing, and DeAndre appeared at his mother's home, visibly agitated and behaving erratically. DeAndre Holloway, post-crime behavior. After the murder, DeAndre's actions suggested a conscious attempt to cover his tracks. He changed his clothes, disposed of the soiled garments, and left Lisa's belongings with his grandmother. He parked Lisa's car with a "for sale" sign, all while showing signs of extreme nervousness and erratic behavior. His family noticed these suspicious actions immediately. He had Lisa's ID, debit card, and apartment keys, providing no clear explanation. When questioned, his responses were vague, further implicating him in the crime. The police investigation. The police investigation pieced together the timeline through surveillance footage, witness statements, and forensic evidence. The sequence of events was as chilling as it was methodical. 9:11 p.m. Lisa picks up DeAndre from his uncle's house. 9:45 to 10 p.m. Neighbors report muffled yelling and heavy thuds consistent with severe assault. 11:57 p.m. DeAndre carries the laundry basket containing Lisa's head. 12:01 a.m. Basket disposed of in a dumpster near a smoke shop. 2:30 a.m. DeAndre arrives at his mother's home, exhibiting suspicious behavior. 12:59 p.m. June 9th. Heidi discovers Lisa's body and calls 911. Forensic experts later confirmed that Lisa had been murdered the night of June 8th and her body desecrated, with her head separated from her torso. The weapon, believed to be a serrated knife, had been disposed of, eliminating immediate evidence of the murder instrument. The victim's family speaks. Heidi Knoll expressed profound grief and disbelief over the loss of her daughter. She described Lisa as a loving, vibrant young woman who deserved a full life. The impending arrival of Baby Bean made the crime even more devastating. Heidi didn't need to see the act to know who was responsible, investigators noted. Her intuition and knowledge of the relationship's history made it clear. Family members highlighted Lisa's struggles in the relationship, but also her resilience and love for her unborn child. Their statements underscored the human tragedy behind the crime. A bright young life ended violently, leaving loved ones to grieve not only the mother but the unborn daughter as well. DeAndre Holloway's arrest and legal proceedings. Following the discovery of Lisa's body, law enforcement quickly focused on DeAndre Holloway. He was arrested after investigators pieced together the timeline, analyzed surveillance footage, and considered witness statements. Evidence against him included CCTV footage linking him to the disposal of Lisa's head, testimonies from neighbors regarding the sounds of the fatal assault, forensic evidence from the apartment and dumpster site, possession of Lisa's personal belongings without reasonable explanation. DeAndre faced charges including first-degree murder, unlawful disposal of a human body, and tampering with evidence. The case drew attention for its brutality, the premeditated nature of the crime, and the involvement of a high-risk domestic relationship, a life taken too soon. The murder of Lisa Dodd is a case that reverberates far beyond Alton, Illinois. It is a chilling example of how domestic violence, unaddressed mental health issues, and toxic relationships can culminate in unimaginable horror. Lisa's story is not just a crime statistic. It is a reminder of the fragility of life, the importance of intervention, and the devastating consequences when warning signs are ignored. Her legacy lives on in the hearts of those who loved her, and the ongoing efforts to prevent similar tragedies in the future. While this case may never make it to mainstream true crime series due to its gruesome nature, it remains a critical narrative for understanding domestic violence, accountability, and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding vulnerable lives. If you found this story intense and eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another true crime deep dive. Comment below with your thoughts on this case and let us know which other stories you want us to cover next. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and thank you for watching.